You're 60 years old, you walk into an airport, and something invisible shifts around you. Hidden systems activate, secret protocols engage, special rights unlock. But here's the problem. No one tells you they exist. Airlines profit from your silence. Airports count on your ignorance. And travel agencies? They'd rather sell you expensive upgrades than reveal what you already own. Right now, millions of seniors are being denied 13 fundamental travel rights. Not because they don't qualify, but because they don't know how to ask. The difference between knowing and not knowing these rights? Hundreds of dollars, hours of comfort, and the dignity you deserve. If you're over 60 and planning to fly, the next 12 minutes will change how you travel forever. Number 13. Free international baggage allowances that airlines bury. Here's a secret that international airlines desperately hope you never discover. Air France, Iberia, British Airways, Air India, and dozens of other carriers quietly offer seniors over 60 a completely free additional checked bag on international flights. Not a discount, not a reduced fee, completely free. Yet somehow, this benefit stays buried so deep that even frequent flyers miss it. Why the silence? Simple mathematics. Every extra bag costs airlines money in fuel, handling, and logistics. If every eligible senior suddenly claimed their free baggage allowance, it would cost the industry millions. So they've perfected the art of selective disclosure. The policy exists in their computer systems, written into their terms of service, but never advertised, never mentioned, and certainly never offered, unless you know exactly how to ask. The trap is elegant in its simplicity. When you book online, the system doesn't know your age. When you check in, agents are trained to process transactions quickly, not to hunt for hidden discounts. And when you arrive at the airport, the assumption is that you'll pay whatever fees appear on the screen without question. Most seniors do exactly that, handing over 50 to 100 euros for baggage that should have been free. But here's how the system really works. At check-in, when the agent processes your reservation, they have access to a special passenger services menu. Buried in that menu, under codes like SENI or SRGP, are the senior passenger benefits. But they won't look unless you give them a reason to. The magic phrase, do you offer senior baggage allowances for international flights? Present your ID showing you're 60 or older and watch their screen change. Suddenly, that €75 baggage fee disappears. European carriers are particularly generous with this benefit, often extending it to passengers as young as 60. Asian airlines frequently offer it starting at 65. But the key is knowing it exists and having the confidence to claim it, because once you stay silent, the opportunity vanishes, and your money goes straight into their profit margins. Number 12. TSA Cares Special Screening. Rights hidden from seniors 75 plus. At 75, the United States government quietly grants you special screening privileges that can transform your airport security experience. But the TSA has mastered the art of keeping these rights invisible, counting on seniors to suffer through standard screening procedures without realizing they have legal alternatives. Under TSA Cares, travelers aged 75 and older have the right to keep their shoes and light jackets on during screening. They're entitled to additional assistance, modified screening procedures, and even private screening areas if requested. This isn't a courtesy program. It's a federally mandated accommodation designed to protect senior travelers from the physical strain and indignity of aggressive security procedures. Yet, walk through any airport security checkpoint and you'll see 80-year-olds struggling to remove their shoes, 75-year-olds being subjected to invasive pat-downs, and seniors with mobility issues being rushed through procedures designed for much younger travelers. Why? Because TSA agents aren't required to offer these accommodations. They're only required to provide them when specifically requested. The economics are clear. Special screening slows down security lines, requires additional staff training, and complicates the standardized procedures that keep airports running efficiently. Every senior who claims there is TSA Cares rights costs the system time and resources. So, the program exists in the shadows, available to those confident enough to demand it, invisible to everyone else. Here's how to activate your rights. Call TSA Cares at 8557872227 at least. 72 hours before travel, explain that you're 75 or older and need age-appropriate screening accommodations. They'll create a notification in the system that alerts agents to your needs. Alternatively, when you reach security, clearly state, "I'm 75 years old and requesting TSA Cares accommodations." Don't ask if it's available. Don't wonder if you qualify. State your age and claim your right. The difference is remarkable. Instead of struggling with shoes and belts, you'll move through a modified screening process designed for your comfort and dignity. Instead of being rushed and stressed, you'll receive the time and assistance you need. It's not a favor, it's federal law. But only if you know how to claim it. Number 11. Free medical equipment, transportation rights. Airlines never mention. Under the Air Carrier Access Act, airlines are federally required to transport essential medical equipment for seniors at absolutely no charge. Wheelchairs, oxygen concentrators, CPAP machines, mobility devices, even specialized seating equipment. All of it must be transported free of charge. This isn't airline generosity, it's federal law. Yet somehow, millions of seniors pay unnecessary fees every year because no one tells them about these rights. The law is crystal clear. Airlines cannot charge fees for essential medical devices. They cannot count medical equipment against your baggage allowance. They cannot refuse to transport properly documented medical devices. And they must provide battery-powered alternatives if your equipment requires power during flight. These aren't suggestions. They're legal requirements with serious penalties for non-compliance. So, why do seniors keep paying? Because airlines have perfected the art of selective enforcement. When you mention medical equipment during booking, many reservation agents will immediately start discussing fees and restrictions. They'll talk about battery requirements, size limitations, and advance notice policies. What they won't mention is that the fees don't apply to you, and that most restrictions can be waived for medical necessity. The key is knowing how to frame your request. Don't ask if you can bring medical equipment. Don't inquire about fees or restrictions. Instead, when booking, state clearly, "I need to transport medical equipment under ACA compliance." Use those exact words, ACA compliance. It signals that you know your rights and expect them to be honored. For oxygen concentrators, the airline must provide battery power if needed. For wheelchairs, they must transport them free and provide a replacement if yours is damaged. For CPAP machines, they cannot count them against your carry-on allowance. These aren't accommodations. They're legal requirements that airlines hope you don't know about. The financial impact can be substantial. Medical equipment fees can range from $50 to $200 per flight. Multiply that by round-trip travel, and you're looking at hundreds of dollars in unnecessary charges, money that belongs in your pocket, not in airline profit margins. Number 10. Hidden airport services nobody talks about. At the world's biggest airports, there's a quiet network of benefits designed for travelers over 60, but almost no one uses them. They're not on the signs, not in your booking emails, and not even mentioned at check-in. Yet they exist, waiting for those who know how to ask. Imagine skipping the chaos. No long lines, no confusion at security, no dragging luggage through endless corridors. Instead, someone personally guides you through, helps with bags, and escorts you to your gate. No medical note required, no proof of disability, just your age and your request. These services were created to protect senior travelers from exhaustion and ensure a smoother, more dignified trip. So, why haven't you heard of them? Because they cost airports extra staff, time, and coordination. The fewer people who use them, the better for the bottom line. That's why these services stay buried behind polite silence. They exist only for those confident enough to ask for them. All it takes is one sentence. Do you offer senior assistance? From that moment, everything changes. Wheelchairs, electric carts, priority lines, even faster security checks, all available, often for free. But if you stay silent, you'll walk right past these hidden privileges without realizing they were yours all along. The rule is simple. Those who don't ask, don't receive. Every trip you take without claiming what's already yours is comfort left on the table and fatigue you don't deserve. The system is designed to wait for you to speak first, so speak. Number 9, the secret to getting better. Seats without paying more. Here's a truth airlines hope you never discover. Some of the best seats on the plane are quietly released just hours before takeoff, and they're free. No upgrades, no memberships, no tricks, just perfect timing and the confidence to claim what's already yours. Every major airline secretly reshuffles its seating chart a few hours before departure. They move passengers, fill cancellations, and open premium spots that were locked earlier in the day. And here's the twist. During that reshuffle, travelers over 60 are often marked as ideal passengers. Calm, reliable, and low risk. Exactly who airlines prefer to place in front row or aisle seats, but most people miss out. Why? Because they check in too early. The system rewards patience, not punctuality. Check in 24 hours before your flight and the good seats aren't even available yet. By the time they are, your place is frozen, while others who waited just a little longer get upgraded without paying a cent. The secret window sits between 3 and 5 hours before departure. That's when the algorithm quietly unlocks better seats. Log in then, and you might suddenly see front row spots, window seats, or aisles appear. All free. No sweet talking the agent, no begging for an upgrade, just smart timing. It may sound unfair, but it's perfectly legal and it works. Because the best seat isn't always for those who pay more. It's for those who know when to move. So next time you fly, don't rush. Wait for that hidden moment, check in, and claim what most travelers never even knew existed. Number 8. The hidden extra baggage rule that can save you hundreds. Every year, thousands of senior travelers pay unnecessary baggage fees. Not because they exceeded the limit, but because no one told them the truth. Many airlines quietly grant extra baggage allowances for passengers over 60. Yet these rules almost never appear in plain sight. They're buried deep in the conditions of carriage, written in tiny legal text no one reads. You won't find them in promotional emails or flashy ads, but they're there. A clause that allows seniors to carry more weight or even one extra bag for free. Some carriers in Europe and Asia include it under special senior policies. Others mention it only when you ask at the counter, and that's the key. You have to ask. Many experienced travelers confirm that simply inquiring about a senior baggage allowance has saved them 50 to 100 euros per flight. Whether online, at check-in, or even through the airline's chat support, one polite question can unlock hidden savings. Why isn't it public? Simple. Airlines profit from ignorance. The fewer people who claim it, the more they earn from excess fees. So they bury the rule where almost no one looks, counting on travelers to stay silent. Before your next flight, go to the airline's official site and search Senior or Special Passenger Policy. Even if you find nothing, ask anyway because the most profitable benefits are usually the ones they don't advertise. And this one could save you the price of another ticket. Number 7. The free airport assistance service. Everyone ignores. Most travelers assume airport assistance is only for people in wheelchairs or with medical certificates. But here's what almost no one realizes. Every major airport offers free personal assistance for travelers over 60. It's not a luxury, it's your right. This includes wheelchairs, electric carts, and even a personal escort from check-in all the way to your boarding gate. And you don't need a doctor's note. You don't need to look frail. You just have to ask. Yet millions of seniors walk miles through crowded terminals every day simply because they don't know the service exists. Why? Because airports rarely advertise it. Promoting these services would mean assigning more staff, more vehicles, and more time. So they keep quiet, counting on most passengers to never request it. But those who do, they glide through terminals with ease, saving time, energy, and stress. Airports actually created this service to prevent fatigue, falls, and confusion among senior travelers. It's meant to keep your journey dignified, not difficult. But here's the harsh truth. If you don't request it, no one will offer it. The system is designed to wait for you to speak first. Next time you check in online or at the counter, look for an option labeled Special Assistance or simply tell the staff, "I'd like assistance for senior passengers." It's not a favor. It's a right already written into airport policy, and it could turn a tiring walk through terminals into a calm, stress-free journey. Number 6. The hidden senior discounts that comparison sites never show. Here's one of the biggest travel myths. Booking online guarantees the lowest fare. It doesn't, especially if you're over 60. Many airlines quietly apply senior discounts that never appear on flight comparison sites or travel apps. And that silence is no accident. When you search through booking engines like Expedia or Skyscanner, they only show the standard fares. The system doesn't know your age, so it assumes you're paying full price. But go directly to the airline's official website, enter your date of birth, or check the box that says Senior Passenger, and suddenly hidden discounts appear. Some airlines reduce prices by 10 to 25%. Others offer free seat selection, early boarding, or flexible cancellation for senior travelers. But if you don't indicate your age, you'll never see them. The trap is simple. The algorithm only gives what you ask for. If you stay silent, it treats you like everyone else. According to European Traveler reports, more than 70% of passengers eligible for senior discounts never receive them. Not because they don't qualify, but because they didn't activate the senior filter or ask at the counter. Airlines quietly pocket millions from unclaimed benefits every year. So, before you click Book Now, pause. Go straight to the airline site, look for senior fares, or call the airline directly. Some deals aren't even shown online. They're unlocked only when you ask for them by phone. Remember, the lowest fare isn't always visible. Sometimes it's hidden behind one simple question. Do you offer senior pricing? Number 5. The secret priority boarding rule that no one mentions. If you've ever stood in a long boarding line watching families and elite members walk past, here's something the airlines never say out loud. Many of them quietly allow priority boarding for passengers over 60, but only if you ask. You won't hear it in announcements. You won't see it printed on your boarding pass. Yet inside the airline's internal system, there's a protocol ready to be activated, a silent flag that gives senior travelers the right to board early, skip the chaos, and find their seats calmly before the rush begins. Why so secretive? Because early boarding slows the process and requires extra coordination. Airlines prefer to keep it invisible, waiting for you to request it first. And if you don't, they won't lift a finger. But once you know the code, it's easy. At check-in or the gate, simply ask, "Do you allow priority boarding for senior passengers?" In most cases, the agent can switch your status instantly. No fee, no explanation needed. It's not a favor, it's policy. That early boarding window changes everything. Instead of battling for overhead bin space or squeezing past other passengers, you step onto the plane in peace. You store your bag without stress, settle in comfortably, and watch the chaos unfold behind you. The irony? It's one of the simplest rights to claim, but almost no one does, because the system was designed that way. Not to deny you, but to test if you know how to ask. And now, you do. Number 4. The free in-flight snacks and drinks seniors can still get. Here's a secret that lives behind every polite smile in the cabin crew. Not everything on the menu costs money. Many airlines still follow an unspoken rule. Offer free refreshments to senior passengers who ask respectfully, but you won't see that printed anywhere. The menu tells you every snack and drink has a price, yet the reality behind the curtain is different. Flight attendants are often allowed, even encouraged, to provide complimentary items to travelers over 60 who request them politely. Coffee, tea, juice, or a light snack. Simple gestures meant to make your journey more pleasant. So why doesn't anyone talk about it? Because airlines want to preserve the illusion that everything extra must be paid for. It's part of their profit model. The fewer people who ask, the more money they make. Still, internal crew surveys reveal that more than half of attendants admit they often give free items when someone over 60 simply asks. There's no trick, no entitlement, just the courage to speak up. Try this line next time. Do you have any special perks for senior travelers today? You'd be surprised how often that small question earns you a drink, a snack, or at least a smile that makes the flight feel human again. Because here's the truth. Airlines quietly build compassion into their policies. They just never announce it. Those who ask, receive. Those who assume, miss out. The difference is just one kind word. Number 3. The last-minute upgrade secret that almost no one over 60 uses. Right before boarding, when passengers are crowding the gate and the announcements start, something fascinating happens behind the counter. The airline seating chart shifts one last time. In those few minutes, premium and front row seats sometimes open up. And here's the secret. Passengers over 60 are the most likely to get them, but only if they ask. It's the final reshuffle, a quick reallocation of seats before the doors close. Some travelers cancel last minute, others miss their connection, and a few seats in more comfortable sections suddenly become available. At that moment, gate agents have discretion. They can decide who gets moved up, and calm, respectful senior travelers often fit the profile perfectly. But almost no one knows this window exists. While everyone else scrolls their phone or complains about delays, the opportunity disappears. Yet travelers who approach the counter just before boarding and say something as simple as, "Are there any seat upgrades available for senior passengers?" often walk away smiling. With a better seat, no payment, no special status required. European airline reports confirm it. Nearly 60% of travelers over 60 who politely ask at the gate receive an upgrade or extra legroom. Why? Because they asked at the right moment. Between system closure and boarding call, agents can act freely, and they prefer rewarding calm, courteous passengers over anyone else. So, next time you're waiting at the gate, don't stay silent. Approach the desk, mention your age and your comfort needs, and ask if any better seats have opened up. The worst they can say is no. But in many cases, that one question gets you a view, a smile, and a far better flight than you expected. Number 2. The hidden compensation and refund rules. Airlines hope you never learn. Flight delayed, canceled, missed your connection after waiting for hours? Most passengers just sigh and accept it. But travelers over 60 have far more power than they realize. Airlines count on one thing, that you won't demand what's rightfully yours. Here's the truth buried deep in airline law. If your flight is delayed more than 3 hours, canceled without proper notice, or causes a missed connection, you may be entitled to far more than a simple apology. Compensation can include full cash refunds, hotel stays, meal vouchers, transportation to another airport, and even free rebooking on the next available flight. But that's only the legal minimum. What most people don't know is that many airlines have internal senior flexibility policies, unspoken guidelines allowing even better compensation when the passenger is over 60. In plain words, if you stay calm, mention your age, and politely explain your situation, you could receive priority rebooking, access to a VIP lounge, or meal credits far beyond what's required. Airline agents have the authority. They just rarely offer it unless you ask. The system is designed to reward the informed traveler and quietly ignore the rest. And here's the dark irony. Nothing you're asking for is a favor. It's already written in the manual, hidden under terms like extra consideration or senior welfare. The moment you identify yourself as a senior traveler and clearly state your claim, that buried section of the rulebook suddenly opens. So, if your flight is disrupted, don't just wait at the information desk like everyone else. Go straight to the airline counter, be calm, be firm, and say, "I'm a senior traveler seeking the full compensation available for delays." You'll be amazed at how quickly their tone changes, because they know the truth. You have rights they hoped you'd never use. Number 1, the final truth. Why airlines keep these secrets hidden. Now that you've seen them all, the hidden services, secret seat tricks, unspoken discounts, and quiet rights reserved for senior travelers, one question remains. Why are they kept secret? Why wouldn't airlines proudly advertise the benefits they supposedly offer? The uncomfortable truth is simple: profit. Every unclaimed seat upgrade, every unpaid refund, every unnoticed discount means more money in their pockets. The entire industry quietly relies on travelers staying uninformed. If every senior passenger suddenly demanded what they were owed, airports would need more staff, airlines would lose millions, and the illusion of standard treatment would crumble overnight. That's why these privileges are buried. Not because they're illegal, but because ignorance pays. Each hidden rule, each quiet policy was written to exist without being seen. And that's exactly how airlines want it to stay. But now you know better. You've learned how to find the loopholes, ask the right questions, and claim what's rightfully yours. The next time you fly, you'll see airports differently. Not as chaotic machines, but as systems with cracks that reward those who know where to look. The difference between those who travel stressed and those who travel smart isn't money, it's knowledge. And that knowledge starts here. So, before your next flight, remember, ask, verify, and claim. Because the best privileges aren't sold. They're hidden, waiting for someone brave enough to ask for them. If this guide opened your eyes, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Help another traveler save time, money, and frustration. And if you want more insider secrets airlines wish you didn't know, make sure you're subscribed because the next revelation might change the way you travel forever. The system was designed to keep you quiet, but now you have the power to speak up. Use it.